Right, good morning everyone, I'm back. Now what we're going to do is to finish the doors up. I'm not going to be putting on, this is the back side of them. As you can see, they do look aged and everything, and that's fine. We will be putting the little wire hooks on there. The handles are quite safe, and I just have these to finish, and I'm going to cover them, not cover them completely, but put some moss and bits and pieces. It is, after all, an old garage. So these have to be painted silver, which I'm going to get my silver out, hang on. And today I'm going to be using the Inca Gold. Now, I got this at Samuel Taylor's for £5.50. Do be careful when buying it online. They're charging up to £8 for these. You can buy them cheaper, and it's Inca Gold by Viva. So that's the silver, and I'm also going to need a little bit of black. This one is the Dale & Rowney Graduate Acrylic. It's a fantastic black to use on your projects when it's not clogged. I've not used it for a while. So I may need to just, that's it, poke into there. Right, okay, so I need a bit of tissue. And I'm just going to clean my scissors off. I just had to open it up again because it's not been used for a while. I do need to start using my, you know, paints and acrylics, and I've got to start using them, otherwise they're just going to waste, and I can't afford for that to happen. You know, they do cost a pretty penny. Anyway, so with this one, it has dried. It doesn't get that much use. All I have to do with it is to wet it. Just wet it enough. I just put some of that in. And that'll soften that a little bit, and then I can go in and use it. I'm not going to need much of it. But first of all, I'm just going to paint these bits black. And as you can see, they look really good from yesterday for what happened. I'm going over even the bobble bits here, which was the gluey bits that I put on. That'll be fine. It just looks like studs. Now, I have to be careful because one, I can't see. And I bet you're saying, so why are you doing a project if you can't see? Oh, because I'm only sharing how to do it. Shush, boys! Under a microscope, you probably criticise it. But to be honest, I'm not fussed. I know that I'm doing the right thing by sharing how I would do this. Now I'm just going to water my little acrylics down a little bit, just so that it goes on a little bit smoother. That's it. I do apologise if you can hear me breathing. I am okay. It is not because I'm poorly. I'm quite recovered now, but my camera, I have to set it right above where I'm sat, unfortunately, because of the way the table is in that for the lights coming from the window, as well as the strip light above me. I don't really have anywhere else to put my camera, so I have to hang it above where I sit. I'm just going to try and make sure you can see all the areas that I'm doing. And I think I'll speed this up. that. Now while that's drying, let's just see if we can sort this one out. I've got a little bit of ordinary water here. Well, I mean, I'm using ordinary water anyway, but just to help that a little bit, because it's not been used for so long. It's hard. Now, I might need to yeah, they don't have to be perfect. I'm not looking for perfection. See, like that. Now we're going to give that a chance to dry. And then what I'm going to do is to put the moss on. Well, I can put the moss on anyway. So I'm just colouring in the bits that I raised using the glue yesterday. Like that. And I can go over those again if I need to. But for now, they'll do. Now the other thing while they're drying, I just want to share, because I've got the moss out. And I have to do a couple of trees, and I'm using this thin wire. This is the beading wire. You get 28, oh, I don't know, number 28, 24 yards, and you just make a little thing like that. So I'm just gonna move my pot out of the way where I was painting from. Take hold of the wire. And you need to just pull out like a half a yard, something like that. Snip it. And then all you do, I'm just going to share that with you, is you fold that in half. You'll be very rough with this. So I folded my wire in half. And then you fold it again in half, and you've got that. So you've got like 4 pieces. Take one strip like that, pop your finger in the centre of it and just twist it round and round as much as you can. And you need to make 2 lots of these. So I've done it up to my finger. Leave that a minute. Do the same with the other piece. Just keep twisting it so you've done that. And then what I'm going to do is twist that in the middle. Twist the 2 pieces together. Like that. And open them up. So you've got that. Squash the ends together, just like that. And then you take the bit that you've folded, the 3rd bit, because you folded it in half, didn't you? And you bring that up. And then you just wrap that around a couple of times. Squash all that together. Don't worry about any of this. Then you take the bit you've just brought up and you twist. So you've 3 branches now, like that. Then you can twist one of the branches around that one, like that. And you can twist the other one the other way and twist it around that branch, and you end up where you've got small branches, and you need 6 of those, so you need 2 lots of 3. So you leave that to one side and you do your next one exactly the same. So I'll take you through that again. So you need about ½ yard. Snip it off, fold that wire in half. Oops. Get the 2 ends together. So you fold that wire just in half like that, and then you fold it in half again. So you've 4 wires. Then what you can do is you can twist it in the middle to start with so that it doesn't slip around. You take hold of one piece and twist. Put your finger in the loop what you've made, like that. You can keep twisting that if you want to the end. It makes no odds. Twist the other one. You can leave a little pad there if you want, but you don't have to. Then bring up the one that's folded here from the handle bit, and you wrap it around a couple of times, one of those that you've already done, and then you just bend that one. And as you can see, they're pretty long. Well, you don't want tree branches that big, or you're doing a miniature. So then we wrap that around, and then we take hold of the second one and we wrap that around until we've got a couple of smaller branches. So you're wrapping it up one branch. See, I've made one there and one there. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to wrap it around both of those, and then again around one of them again, like that. So you've 3 branches. Then you take the 2 the one you made before, and you just sit them together, and then you just twist. So you've got like 6 branches all in total, and they're all different lengths, like that. You know, I mean, I can fold that down if I need to. They're going to be covered in moss, and I'll show you how to do that shortly. So we've just got like a little tree branch, and then we can move them about wherever we want them, like that. And if you wanted to put more branches on, you just do another set. And put them all together. And then I'm just going to do that. Wind all them together, and I'm going to cut them because I don't need them too long. So I'm just going to cut that to there. Like that. And that's my little tree. And then just discard these carefully because it is thin wire. You don't want to get it into your system, you know, stuck in your hands. And so I'm just going to put the doors out the way to dry while we attempt to do some of this. Now what I've got is the wood glue. I mean, I could use hot glue. I could do. I've got the hot glue on. Let me just see. I'm going to take some of this. This is moss. And I've had this moss years and it's still fresh. So, you know, I'm going to take a little bit of moss. Let's just add a bit to here. Let's just add a bit to this one. And put that little bit on there. Yeah, you can use a hot glue, doesn't matter. Take a little bit more. You can trim all of this down, don't forget. You don't have to keep it like this. I can wrap it round the tree branch like that. Just put dots of glue here, there and everywhere, and just attach your, and like that's a circle there. So I'm just going to take a piece of this and pop that on, squeeze it on like that. In fact, you're better off preparing your moss first. So I'm going to take that bit of moss and I'm just going to cover this one. Just take it like that and just do that. And where you can see the little bit of glue, just attach a bit more moss like that, see? And then you can move them about where you want them, but eventually you'll end up and you'll have a nice moss covered tree that you can then use in your diorama. We call them miniatures or dioramas. They're not much difference, means the same thing. Right, now going down the branches and that, you just pop a little bit of glue on and then just keep adding your moss until you've got your tree. The rest of it can be painted, that's fine. Right, I'm just filling this section in right here. Now, I know people who, miniaturists who, if you want to call them professional miniaturists and things like that, they probably have different ways of doing things, and they do. Of course they do. But I do class myself as a miniaturist because I'm one of the few that make things from scratch. I'm not one that buys it in a box and puts it together to make it look like a room or a scene or anything like that. I actually make my own, as you can see. So I do them the easiest way possible. I mean, I've done them harder than this. Like I have that thread that melts, and you can do them flat and then you put them all together that way. I've done things like that, and I have a video on that. I'll try and link it to this video about how to do a tree. So you can do it this way or you can do it a different way. But, you know, I do know different. But I do it from scratch. So you're learning it the easiest way I know how to teach you. Okay? Anyway, so at the moment there are 2 trees. We can move them about and whatever. I don't want them any bigger than that. And we'll sort that out once they're dried. So far we've got the trees and the doors. Now I may want to take some of that off. I may want to add something on. For now, this is the only thing. They need to be painted as well. You silly girl. Fifi. I might do them black actually. I might do them black. Let's do them black. Yeah, because it's my miniature and I can alter them as I see fit. And this may need 2 coats. Let me do one at a time because I can't see. This is my problem. Me cannot see. And I don't want them to, that's much better. I don't want them to look too perfect. Now, the next thing I'm going to be doing is the walls of the building, of the garage. Yeah, the walls of the garage. Okay, and we'll be doing that next. Now that goes that way, that goes that way. Looking all right though, aren't they? Quite thrilled with them. I'm going to put those to one side to dry, and then I'm just going to share with you how to do the walls. I'm not going to do a big wall now. I'm going to do a small section to show you how to do it, and then that way you can go along and do your own. Because they take too long to do. They really are, you know, take too long to do. So I'm just going to leave that there. I need to get the, I wish Joey could get it for me, but he can't. He's looking at me as if to say, what do you want, Mum? Stay there. That's a good boy. I just need a piece of foam to show you what and how. Okay, so I've got this. Okay, I'm going to have to move this. I'll move that out of the way as well. Move my glues. The patina. Move that out of the way, otherwise I'll be chopping that up by mistake. Now hang on, because I'm just going to slice a piece off to show you what I mean, how to do it. Okay, so we've got that. So if you're to do a wall, and I will use this piece in the project, because I need to do a little brick wall, but I'm going to show you how to do it using the 4mm or is it 6mm foam board. Now I want to peel the paper section off, and hopefully we can peel it in one. It's a nice foam board paper. And it can take a bit to do it, so just get rid of it. Right, so you peel one side off, and then when you've done that, you use a stylus, or you can use something like this. Well, this is my cable needle. And so just say that's my wall. In fact, I'm only going to cut a piece off because I don't want to waste. I'm going to use that bit for the wall that I'm going to use on my projects. So what you do is you've got your wall, and so you first of all you need to make marks, or you can just draw your brick in first, So because mine's going to be an old stone wall, you just do that. And I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see. Let me just see what you can see. Oh, I hope this has been filming because I'll be annoyed if not. Right, I hope you can see. And it's just a case of putting a little bit of pressure to make your brick wall, your stone wall. And when you do it, don't do them all the same. A lot of people make that mistake. An old-fashioned stone wall was misshaped. Varied in colour. And I'll show you what it looks like when you wash it with colour. So right now I'm just doing it like this to share how you can create a beautiful stone washed building. So I'm just giving that a colour for now so you can actually see what I mean. And I'm going to just wash it over with the brown. You'll see it in a minute. Now I know it's got a pattern to the foam, but once you've got a couple of layers on there, that will be all gone. You just need to let it dry. But you can see the pattern of the stone that I've created. Now what I'm going to add to that is a little bit of, when I can find it, my whites. You can do several colours on a brick wall, but I'm just a stone wall. All I'm doing at the moment is just to share with you the way to do the actual work, the stoneware. So I'm just going to take a little bit of white while that's all wet, and we're going to mix that in. I'll get rid of the pattern that's on the, it'll help get rid of it, on the foam. Like I say, you do have to wait for each layer to dry, but I'm not going to do that, so I'm just taking some more of the brown, and every now and again is just to colour each one. You know, and you can also use a little bit of red. See if I can get some red out. Oh. You just go over it until you get what you want. But it wasn't about the colour. This was about doing and sharing the stonework with you. How to make it look like stonework. And then you can go in and shade it and colour it and do whatever you need to do. You know. Each stone. And then you go in with the white in between. Or a yellowish colour, browny yellow. You know, you shade it where you want. And you just build up and build up and build up. But, you know, when it comes to doing the wall, I will film it, but it'll be a really quick video. Because mortar wasn't white, it was like a yellowy brown. Sometimes greyish. You know, so you do have to think about what you're doing. The thing is, don't worry about it. A lot of people, when they're painting and that, and they think, oh God, that's crap, that doesn't look good, and does that look right? You don't fuss, just do it. I always find that if I look from a distance at some of the work I do when I've painted, I can see where I've made a mistake. I can see where the colour needs to be changed, or it needs to add more colour. Do you know what I mean? So, and there's no set rule on how you do something. I know there always was, because you went to painting school, art school, whatever you want to call it. Not today. You just do what you want when you want. Have you seen some of the paintings that are now going for sale? A blank canvas for thousands of pounds. There's no rules to painting, I have to tell you. None whatsoever. I mean, they're painting absolute trash, and it's going as modern day art for millions of dollars. Do you know what I mean? No. They broke the rule when they allowed all that. And I'm sorry, I do have an opinion about it. Do you remember when somebody stuck a banana to a wall and it sold? And they called it art? That is stupidity gone wrong. I'm sorry. Definitely stupidity gone wrong. Anyway, as you can see, I could just keep working and working on this. But I only wanted to share with you, you know, the basics. And that's how I would do a stone wall. So I hope that's helpful. And I'll be back shortly, well, tomorrow with part 3. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye for now.